So we're back and we finished the first step, which is to assemble the bottom cross on the bottom pentagon and to do the first layer of hexagons. Now the second layer consists of a series of alternating pentagons and hexagons, and we're going to do that kind of in a systematic way around the middle. This is the part that takes the longest, and I like to have a break after I've done this part. So the way I'm going to show this is I'm going to do the bottom first, and then we'll work on the top. So we'll do that second step in 2 steps itself. Okay, so there's some preliminary steps to do before we get started here. Now remember, I said that you can't really insert one piece on any of these faces without disturbing the other pieces. So the only time you can get away with just inserting one piece is when you haven't done anything to the faces. So the first step then is to go around and to insert the bottom edge of each hexagon. So this one's already done, but we want to just do the rest of them, because otherwise you're not going to be able to do that without wrecking some pieces later on. Okay, so this is a lime green and purple, so now I'm going to find the lime green and purple bottom edge, and it does get easier as we get higher and higher up in here. And let's see here. Usually when this happens is it's right there and I've just missed it. There's a lime green. Oh, there it is, lime green and purple right there. So just making sure that I'm not gonna mess anything up. And we just have to bring it around here. So there it is. And lime green and purple. So off we go. Okay, and I can tip this one down because we're still working above it. Okay, so there it is, lime green and purple. And now the next one is this kind of this dark orange and blue. So sort of a baby blue. Oh my. All right, well, oh, there it is right there. Okay, it was pretty close. It was actually quite close. Okay. All right, so that one. Okay, so we have this one, and then the next one is going to be orange and green. So sort of a middle orange and green. And just looking for a kind of a bright orange and green. And this is where having the contrasting colors is really quite important. Because if you have two that are the same shade of blue, and at one point I had stickers that were like that, and it's really tricky. It just takes much longer than it should. Okay, so there's the edge that I need, and I just have to make sure that I don't go across the part that's already been done. Okay, so there's the part, yeah, and that's why I'm looking at where the top is, so I can basically bring it across the top. Okay, and now I have to watch it here because this is going to be misoriented if I don't if I just turn it in. So let's see how I'm gonna work this here. And what I can do is go there, and okay. That's the best I can do. So all I did was I sort of orbited around the hexagonal faces. Okay, and it didn't hurt anything else. So, and then the next one's going to be this kind of this light sort of cream color and pink. So we'll find that. There it is right there. Okay, and again, it's this one is also wrong. It's upside down, and so I'm just going to have to kind of orbit it around the piece that or the face that I'm trying to set up, and that works quite nicely, and it doesn't hurt anything because none of these have been done yet. That's why we're doing it at this step, right? You imagine you'd be kind of mad if you had that one already done and you have to plow through it with a move. So check now, and they're all done. They're all correct. It's worth checking again, because if you miss this step, if you miss one, you're going to end up wrecking at least one pentagon, finished pentagon. Okay, well now we just get started, and with those pieces in place, then we're going to assemble the bottom part of the pentagon. Actually, it's this part right here, and the way we do that, the pentagon hasn't been completed. So we're going to put one edge in, and we can do that. It'll, because there's nothing else already done. And then we're going to put an edge and a corner in. So I like to put one edge in first. So I'll generally, in practice, I'll just pick whichever one, and you can see this one's correct right now, right? So we can just go ahead and do that. And I'll just pick whichever one I can find. So now I need the orange purple, and I need a corner that has orange checkers on one side and purple and blue. So I will, and there it is up there. So there's the edge, the corner I need, and the edge then will, the edge that I'm looking for will have purple and green, purple and orange checkering on it. Okay, so I'm trying to fit the corner and edge right over here, and I have the corner right here, and I have the edge here, and so it's just a matter then of getting these to line up. And if we take a look at this situation, this edge has to go right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double turn this hexagon, because they can only be turned in increments of 2. I'm going to position this edge right here so that when I double turn the hexagon back, then the corner and edge line up. The nice thing about working on a pentagon is that this edge is much easier to move around. We would like this edge and this edge to be joined, and it's quite a straightforward thing to do. Now we want to preserve this edge here, and indeed this method will do that. Look at that. And now I turn this back, and you see what's happened here is that not only did we fill in the bottom 3 pieces of this pentagon, but because we have this piece already in place, then we've made room for a slot to be filled right there later on. And we could either do that now, or we could just go around and just sort of work systematically. And that's what I like to do. I basically just like to fill in each slot as I go. So we've done this the bottom 3 pieces of this pentagon, and the easiest thing I think is now to fill in this slot, and we can do that because we've already filled in the bottom of the adjacent hexagon. So what we're looking for is this bottom corner with blue and an orange and an orange. One of them has a checker on it, and then an orange and an orange center as well. So there's the orange and orange. That was easy enough to find. And now I just need to find that edge. Okay. And it's orange and orange. That looks like it, but you'll notice that the color's a little too bright. But that one looks correct. And so I'm going to bring it up for a closer look. As I've said before, it is, now you have to be careful not to go on the ones that you've already set up here. Yeah, as I've said before, sometimes you bring it up and it's not quite right, but that's fine. So we're going here, so we can work on this pentagon right here. And indeed, this is correct, and the edge is oriented correctly. So if I move this, if I move it out of the way, and remember, moving it out of the way is a double turn. 1, 2. So now that's safely tucked away. I'm going to bring the edge that I need right here, and now I can bring the corner up in, and now it's in place. Okay, so we're going to just put it right here, which involves turning the hexagon. We're going to double turn it. So I'm going to move the piece out of place, the two pieces out of the way, sorry. Move it up and just back it in, and now you can see that everything lines up correctly. Okay, so we have all of that done, and now next we're going to take a look at this pentagon, and we have these 2 slots to fill in, but first we have to fill in this part, or else we're not going to be able to do it without wrecking our work here. So the strategy for the pentagons is to fill in one of the edges first, and then join an edge in a corner and insert them. Then we can fill in these 2 slots. So what I'm looking for is white with, say, white with green or white with baby blue. Okay, so I have a white with dark green, so I'll use that one. And because we haven't done anything on this hexagon yet, I can just go ahead and turn it, join it, the edge to it, and just turn it into place. So now I'm looking for a white with baby blue and a white, baby blue and green. Well, there's my white, baby blue and green corner. I'm just going to move it here out of the way. And now I'm looking for a white and baby blue edge right here. Okay, and there's my white and baby blue. I'm just going to double check that this isn't one of our corners that we've already worked on, and it isn't, or one of our pieces. Okay. Okay, and let's see. So we're right up here. So I have to be careful then to work above that area. So there's my my edge that I'm using, and 1, 2, and so now I've lost track of the corner. There it is right there. Okay, so I can, you know what, if I, no, not gonna work. I was hoping it would just go right into place, but it's not oriented for it. But actually, come to think of it, how what do I have to do? So this has to go on that side, which means this should go over there. Okay, so the way to do that, I'm just going to double turn this. Then I'm going to move this edge out of the way, so it's off of this face and it's off of this face. I'm going to move the corner back, and now I've brought it over to this face. And now what I can do, so now this piece has to go in this slot here. So I'm going to get this corner out of the way, move the piece into place, and then move the corner up. So now I've joined those 2. Okay. All right. So now this goes actually. So this goes right in here. So that's great. What I can do, I can just turn this up here, so that's the place where we're going to receive this corner, and I can turn it down and you see it joined up, and then I'll turn it back. Okay, don't have to worry about undoing a setup move right there, or do I? Let's see. Okay, yes, well, in this particular case, this face was okay, so then this comes back. Now this piece was set up before, and we've moved the edge out of the way, so I have to actually put it back. So just something to think about when you have these edges already in place. Okay, so now I have this bottom of the pentagon done. Now if I wanted to go around and just do pentagons all the way around, I could do that, right? But I kind of like this methodical method where I just do everything as I'm going, so that by the time I've been all the way around, it's finished. So it's really up to you, but I'd like to just fill in this slot and then fill in that slot, and then this whole section will be done here. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so now what I need to find then is a sort of this dark orange, baby blue, and white corner. And that's sort of it. Should be getting much easier to find this sort of thing. Okay, so there it is right there. And so I'm just going to move it a little bit towards it, so it's right up there. And I have to be careful I don't get into my working area right here, but that's okay. Now the edge that I'm going to use here is the edge is going to be a dark orange and a white. That's light orange, so that's probably not it, and I can actually see the contrast there, so I need a dark orange and a white, but it should be pretty quick to find. There it is right there. Alright, so now I have them both on the same hexagon here, and you know, it doesn't really matter where you solve these, whichever is easier for you. Let's see, so this piece would have to go right here in order for this to be joined, and I think that's okay because I can just double turn this hexagon, and then I can move this piece right here, and then I can double turn the hexagon back. Okay, so now that piece is assembled, and what I have to do now is figure out how to get them right in here. Now the problem with assembling things on hexagons is just this, that it's just a little bit more, can be just a little bit more challenging to get them joined up. Actually, in this case, it's pretty straightforward. What I'm going to do, I put them here on this pentagon, and now I'm going to turn this, so there's the slot I want, and there's the blue we want to preserve, and I'm just going to turn this down, and indeed everything's lined up, and I can bring it back. Now this, moving that didn't affect anything. Okay, so that slot's done. So how are we doing? We started over here. I have this slot filled in. That's all done. That's filled in. This is filled in. And now I'm going to fill in this part right here. And this is the way you work on the middle layer, the part stage 2 or step 2 of the Tuttminx. So I'm looking for white, light orange, and dark green. But the white checkers will be the one that stands out. And indeed, that looks like it right there. And I'm just checking to make sure that's not in our working space, and it isn't. So I'm just going to bring it up here. And okay, so I'll just leave that there. And then it just so happens that the middle edge that I need is right beside it. Okay, now this is a case where the corner is not correct. It's not correctly oriented, and in order to join up with the edge. So what I do in that case is I use a hexagon to, what I do in that case is I use a pentagon to reorient the corner. But in this case, I have this one right beside it, but I think that'll be okay. Let me try it. I'm going to do that, and now I'm going to shove this off to the side. I remember I have to double turn the hexagon, and then I'm going to bring this up. So what have I done? I've tumbled the corner. There are 3 possible orientations. I've tumbled it once, and now indeed it's in the correct orientation to join up. So I'm going to double turn this. I'm going to move this over so that this edge is right here, and I'm going to bring the corner back, and there you go. So ready to insert into the slot over here, and I think we'll use this pentagon over here. So now this is the corner and edge. This is a slot that I'm aiming for. We'll go up. We want to keep this edge preserved, so we have to watch for that. Everything's lined up, and there we go. Nice, eh? Alright, and you know what? We just keep doing this as we go around. Now I notice it looks like I might have made a mistake here as I went around and took out this edge. So I have to be careful about that. And fortunately I haven't done anything wrong, or maybe I missed it. No, I think I just inadvertently took out the edge. So fortunately it's not going to affect anything, but I better go fix that right now. I just have to find this one. Yeah, I wonder if I missed it. So anyway, it's cream and pink is what it is. So wow, it's gone. Looks like it's gone quite a ways away. There it is over here. And the only issue will be is if it was upside down or something. Okay. All right. So no harm, no foul. But that's the sort of mistake that can happen, and you know sometimes it'll set you back, and you have to trash some earlier work. But that's okay. I just had to pause here and fix a sticker, and that does happen from time to time. So let's just kind of review where we are here. We are working on the second step, the second stage, the middle layer, quite the wide middle layer. And the first part of that is to go around the bottoms here and assemble all of these pieces on the bottom edges of the shapes. Okay, so now we're going to do this pentagon. And the standard way to do it is to put one of the pentagon pieces in. Now you see I have one that's ready to go right here. So you know, if I have a choice, I will go to the right, but this one works. So that means that I want to get the dark green, pink, and kind of light orange. So the light orange is checker is what I would be looking for. And yeah. Okay, there's the one that I'm looking for. Making sure that hexagon isn't in our workspace. The nice thing about doing it in this organized way is that you're pretty well guaranteed that if you find a piece, it won't be on one of the hexagons that you've already worked on. So this is the corner that I want to insert over here, and so the next thing I'm going to need is an edge, which is the orange and pink. And look at that, it's very easy to find right there. Okay, well let's take a look at what I got here. So I want to join this to this, so this is perfect. All I have to do is get this piece out of the way with a two turn. 1, 2, and move the edge in and move up. Okay, there you go. And now I can put this this piece in its slot, which is going to be right here. So let's see. Okay, that's it. Now I gotta be careful because I'm using a face that has a piece already set on it, but as long as I turn it back, I'm okay. So that put these pieces in the slot, and there you see that we have the bottom of this pentagon done. So now I can go back and fill in this slot and fill in that slot. Now as I go through this, you know, this is going to take a while, obviously, and it could be very, very tedious. I don't know how much of this I'm going to fast forward, if I am at all. But as I go through it, you know, once you have seen enough of his technique, feel free to fast forward. I certainly don't expect you to watch the whole thing if you don't want to. But conversely, if you know, just feel free to watch as much of it as you like, or to reverse it, or anything you want. You know, this is for you. Okay. So this corner and this edge have to be matched up. The problem is that I need a solid and a checker, and the solid and the checker are on the bottom. So what I have to do is I have to tumble this piece, and I just use a hexagon. So what I have to do is tumble this piece, and what I use is this pentagon, and I just do that, and that tumbles it. Okay, so now it's oriented properly, and this piece has to go here. So I'm going to double turn this, get it out of the way, move this back, and there you go. So I've joined up that edge and corner, and I'm going to insert it right here, which is very easy because it's a pentagon adjoining a hexagon. That goes up, it's set, and now we can go back down, and look at that. This is starting to fill in quite nicely. Okay, my next task here will be to fill in this line, which is orange, checkers, pink, and a light kind of cream color. So I think the orange checkers will really stand out. And there you go, right there. You see, it was very, very quick to find because we're just getting fewer and fewer pieces to have to look over, and fewer places to look for them. And the other part of this is going to be the orange and the cream, and there it is right there. And again, it was very, very easy to find. Okay, so this matches up with this, so it's going to go right here. So that means I need to move this out of the way now. I know that this is correct here, but I'm not going to worry about that right now because we're working on this bottom layer. I don't worry about pieces that happen to be correctly positioned in upper layers for now. And so I just have something just a little bit out of line, and that's why it's giving me a hard time here. Oh, there it is. Okay, so double turn that, bring that over, and then turn it back. There we are. So that one's good, and it goes over here. So I'm going to move this slot up right here. They all line up, and down we go. Look at that. Awesome. Okay, it's looking good. So we just start again with our purple pentagon. So I'm going to need one edge with purple. There's a purple and gray, and this happens quite a bit because there's only 12 pentagons, and so the probability of finding one that's already there is a bit higher. So that one's set up, and now I just need to find the piece that goes here. Well, this looks promising. Actually, it's not. It belongs over here. But what I'm looking for is purple checkers along with pink and gray. So that should be pretty easy to find. Purple checkers with pink and gray. There it is right there. And look, it happens to be joined nicely with its edge. And you know, that could be scrambling. It could be just random. But you know, maybe I didn't quite scramble it as well as I should have. So all I need to do is put that in here. And let's see how I'm going to do that. So now we need to get it along here. So I'm just going to actually, you know, I don't really want to do that. What I'm going to do, okay, so now I have to put it along here. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And let's see, how'd that work out? Perfect. Okay, so just a matter of kind of messing around a little bit sometimes to get it. So now I have this pentagon done, and I'm going to fill in these two slots. So what do I need? I need purple checkers, baby cream, and pink, which is right over there. Now this is one that we already have, but I can easily dislodge this by just turning it up. And now we want to preserve these, so I'm just going to turn this pentagon out of the way. There we go. So we didn't affect that. So the piece that I grabbed right there. We're also going to need a cream and purple edge. So, and it's a small purple. And there it is right there. So, turn that up. And so those are the two pieces that we're joining, and they're both oriented correctly. So basically I can put this piece over here, so I just have to hide this one, and indeed this one's high enough above the workspace that we can do that. So I'm just going to turn that down, get that corner out of the way, and now I'm going to move the edge over to where it will help us join. And look at that. Okay. So now I have to get these two pieces down here. So let's see, how's that going to work? Well, that's one way. Okay, and how does that work? Look at that. Okay, and I don't have to worry about this putting that one back. So we have that one filled in. Oh, this is getting exciting. We're almost, I think we're almost going to be done this first layer. So I'm going to insert this part now. As you can probably guess, this part can be a little tedious. I like to do it in one go and then take a little break, but you know, however you want to do it, it's fine. Let's see, I'm looking for purple, gray, and then baby blue. So the purple checkers will stand out for sure. No, that's not quite it. No, yeah. Let's see. Oh, how about right here? Yes, well, you know, that happens. Okay, so that's one, and then for the edge I need purple and baby blue. So and it's way over here. Okay. So, you know, every once in a while things work out that, whoops, things work out really well that you can join them without too much trouble. But this isn't one of those times. So let's have a look here. Yeah, so these are the two pieces I'm joining, and this piece has to go right there. So I can double turn this and quite quickly join them. Okay, what just happened there? Yeah, okay, this is something interesting just happened. I basically have an entire edge of something. It just happened to fall into place. And let me take a look at what I got, and we'll try and make sense of it. So what I was trying to do here, was make this piece and this piece, but it just so happened that the corner that belonged here just was there and it was joined together, but really it doesn't help us. I mean, I'm going to put it in, but really it won't really help us because we have to go back later on and put that piece in place, so we'll have to get that corner out of there anyway. But anyway, it was just kind of an interesting thing. So that's all in, and now I'm going to fill in this slot right here, but before I fill in this slot, I have to finish this pentagon over here. Remember, you have to do the pentagons first. Okay, so you're going to go around and you're going to put the bottom edge of the hexagons in. Then for each pentagon, you can do the bottom three pieces, then fill in the slots on either side. So in this case, it would be a mistake to fill that in, because then I would have no easy way of addressing that edge right there. Okay, I mean, it is possible you would have to take that corner out and then join it, but then that corner is already joined to a piece if you do it that way. So this is the method. The method I'm showing is probably about as efficient as it gets. in a simple method anyway. Okay, so I need a pink, and I just need one of these, pink and either gray or purple. So let's look for, there's a pink and purple right there. Okay, I'm going to bring it down, and then I'm just going to put it in place. So that one's correct. Now the piece that goes there, it looks like it's right there, so I'm going to have to get it out of here. There you go. And so I have that corner. And now I also need the gray and pink edge. And so I'm just going to look for the pink, because I'm sure that's what will stand out. Okay, so there it is right there. And because of the nature of the way we're solving it, you can see the solved area, but notice it's above the solved area, and it's perfectly okay to turn it. You're not really going to find too many pieces that are within the solved area that we need to move around. Just every once in a while you'll find some corners that are in an area where we put the bottom edge in, but that's about it. Okay, so let's just bring that over here, and so let's see, I have my gray and purple and pink right there. Okay, so now the two pieces I want to join are on the same hexagon. And let's see, so this is not oriented correctly to be able to join with that. So I need to rotate this. And because it's on a pentagon, I can just do that. And now how does that work? Okay, so now that works, and I will be able to put the edge right there. So now notice this piece, it sort of seems like it's done. Let's see, what have we done? Yeah, we did the bottom part of this. So essentially I'm working maybe a little too low here, and I should probably go up a notch. Okay, so but let's see, can I do that? Yeah, but let's see, 1, 2, yeah, I don't want to risk. Okay, so this corner is okay, we don't care about it, so I am going to just use this. But you know, if you wanted to, it would be perfectly okay to move everything up one face. So those two are joined, and you see that we didn't do any damage here. We knocked that corner out, but we don't care about it because we're going to have to work on that later. Alright, so gray, pink, and purple. And we're right on top of where we need to be here. Okay, and I've moved. Okay, just I moved this pentagon. So yeah, I think I should have been working up a little higher. So I now want to put the two pieces in that slot. So I'm just going to turn this up, and there you go. That slot is filled in. So now I have the three pieces at the bottom of the pentagon. I'm going to fill those two slots in, and we're almost joined up here. So so I'll just put on a little burst of speed. So we have baby blue, gray, and pink. Which is right here. There's the corner, and I'm just going to move that right up and work up top there. And we have baby blue and pink for our edge. And let's find that, which is right there. Okay, so now I've moved up to a much higher pentagon to work on these, just to get us out of the working area. Okay, so this is wrong. So I'm going to turn it. Okay, so I just turned it so that now this piece will match up right there. So double turn. 1, 2. All of the hexagons are double turns like that. Now I've joined those, and now I'm just going to bring that down where it belongs over here on the pentagon. Okay, so that's done, and we check that that's correct before I go on, and then I'm going to fill that in, and you'll see we'll be done there. So I have pink, lime green, and purple. Let's see, pink, lime green. Okay, so pink checkers, there it is right there. Okay, we're going to work up here. And the edge is going to be pink and lime green, which is right here. And again, we have another one of those cases where this corner just sort of came along for the ride. And we don't really need it because we have to knock it out anyway. So there are a couple of places where you can put in 3 pieces at once where it would be worthwhile, but for the most part I think it's just more trouble than it's worth. So I'm going to move these pieces and we're going to fill this slot. So I can move this, and now we're at the slots right here in place, and there we go. Okay, well, what's left? Well, what's left is this last slot. And the last slot is going to be a lime green, purple, and this rusty orange. So the rusty orange checkers are what I'm looking for. And that looks like the piece. Actually, I'm just going to leave it there because that'll make a good working hexagon. And my edge is going to be lime green and rusty orange. And it's a rusty orange as the checkers. I think the lime green will probably stand out though. There it is right there. So we'll just go up on here. And okay. Okay, so we're on this hexagon. This piece just has to join here. So I can just double turn. Okay, join together. Okay. And doing that, just practice. Okay, no big secret to it. It's just a matter of practice. I make it look easy, perhaps, but if you just do this often enough, you'll find it just becomes second nature. But at first, you'll struggle and you won't quite get them lined up, maybe necessarily, but just keep at it. Well, look at that. We've done the first step of the middle step. This is step 2, and the first half of step 2 is to do the bottom edges of all the alternating pentagons and hexagons. The next step for step 2 is to fill in the next layer around, and we will use a technique that is identical to the one we've just done. So the next piece of video that shows that will of course be optional. You've already seen it, so if you want to skip it and move on to the final stage, then that'll be fine, or you can just watch the whole thing and just follow along with your own Tuttminx. So we finished the first part of step 2, the middle layer, the bottom part of the middle layer, and now we're going to work on the top part of the middle layer. So let's take a look at what we've done so far. We have almost the bottom half of the Tuttminx solved. In step 2, the first part, we did the bottom half of the pentagons and hexagons in the middle layer. And what we're going to do for the second half is we're going to fill in the top half of it. Okay, and that's where what we're going to do. So we're going to fill in this top half, and then we'll be done the whole middle layer, and we'll have nothing left to do but the top few hexagons. Okay, so really this the strategy for the second half is the same as the strategy for the first half of part 2, but I'm going to go through it anyway. I'm not 100% sure how much of this will show up on a video, but or whether it'll be sped up or not, but I think It's important that I just show this so that anyone that's trying to figure this out will have lots and lots of examples. And you know what? If you don't need to watch this, and just go ahead and skip to the next part. Okay. It's very important though that as you're going through this, that you not try to do any of the hexagons on the top. You stop before you even get to the bottom of them. Don't try and do any of them, because there's a very different technique that we're going to use for that. Now, as we go through this, if there's any part of this that you don't understand, or if there's maybe a specific case that you have that you'd like me to try and explain to you, feel free to leave a comment. I do welcome your comments and your questions. So what I'm going to do now for this the second part of part 2 is I'm going to do exactly the same thing I did before, but this time I'm going to be putting the bottom edge in the pentagons, as well as putting the bottom edge in the hexagons. So I'm just going to go around and make the bottom edge in all of these pieces. Okay, so this one's already correct. So I'm looking for a lime green checkered with a cream colored there. And there it is right there. And these ones are, it just gets much, much easier to do this as we go on. So that one's done. So that one's done, that one's done. This one is purple. Now, you know, make sure you don't leave one accidentally, because it's happened before. I've done it before when I was still learning how to do this puzzle, and it sort of sucks to have to go back and fix a piece that's on the other side of the puzzle. It actually, what's worse is trying to figure out what the heck happened. Okay, so remember that none of these pieces that we're dealing with in this second row have been done yet. There's no part of them that's solved, so you can just turn them if you have something that's lined up. Now this one's lined up, but it's not going to help us because we have to get it out of the way to fix that edge anyway. So this is gray and light blue right there. And yeah, you can see that this part now it goes fast, and really I think the longest stretch was that first part of the part 2 that we're doing. So let's see, we're looking for pink and bright yellow. Okay, yeah, my color recognition is not particularly good, but it is exacerbated by the fact that I have a fairly bright light shining on me, more or less in my eyes. So, you know, I'm not quite as bad as it might seem, but okay. So lime green and blue. That blue should kind of stand out. There it is. Whoop. Okay, so I'm going to have to turn this around. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. Oh, there it is, lime green and blue. Okay, that one's done. Gray, dark gray, and sort of a rust orange. There it is. Now, that one was probably set correctly, so let's just put it back. Oops. No, it wasn't. Okay. So that's going to be red and orange. Red checkers and orange. Ah, there it is. Alright. Okay, so it's going to be white and yellow. Oh, sorry, it's white and got the wrong size here. Okay, so this one I'm gonna have to turn it. Now, if you follow my technique, I will. You're not going to have the problem of having flipped edges at the end of your solve. So, whoops, what am I doing? I did need that one. Aha! All right, I'm just. Okay, let's try it again. So we got that one. We got that one. Oops, this one. That one. And then this, you need this yellow and white down here. Okay, so the quarters are getting just a little tighter here. Okay, and the problem is that I've turned that one away there, so I just want to make sure that I put that one back. So this is going to be green and orange. So it's a dark green and orange here. Okay. Yeah. Well, not that many pieces to look at. There it is. So yeah, so there we go. Okay, so that one's done. Okay, so this is a sort of a lime green and tan. Oh, that I'd already done that, and I think I knocked it out. Okay, let's just go around again, just because I want to make sure that I got every single one of them. Okay, so I've unfortunately I've tromped on a few of them, but that's okay because these aren't all that hard to fix up. And I'll just be sure to work up top here. Okay, so that one's good. That one's good. Okay, and all right. Okay, awesome. So now that we have all of those, then I hope that what you can see is that if we do the bottom hexagons first, then we're actually going to be able to go all the way around and just kind of finish off this last little strip here, right? And then we could then go around and finish off the hexagon, the pentagons. We have to do the hexagons first. Okay, so let's start right here and put this in. So I'm going to need sort of this this rust-colored orange, and then a white and yellow, and they're getting much easier to find. And then I need a an orange and yellow middle. Okay, and there aren't that many spots for them. Now let's keep in mind then that our working area now will be the top. This is the top, the yellow, and these 5 hexagons will be our working area, because that way we're guaranteed, if we work on these, we're guaranteed not to hurt any of the working area that's immediately below us, because we are kind of running out of room here. So I need this dark orange and yellow, and I'll just look around, and it's really not going to be very far away, but it's sort of the alright. And let's see if sometimes they kind of, not really that they hide, but they just they get lost. There it is. Okay, so now we do have to watch that we have this one, but that's okay. I'll just move this out of the way, and then we'll turn it back to where it was, so we didn't hurt anything. So now I have the rust yellow and orange, and then I have the the corner that goes with it. And this is we don't really want to be working on this. Actually, we do. Yes, this one's okay, even though it's set up. we're not going to worry about that for now. So these hexagons are okay to work on. So this has to be turned in order to be lined up. So as a matter of fact, well, that's great, but it's upside down, so that's not going to work at all. So let me just keep going here. Now I can't turn this with one of those. So let's see now. I think that... Okay, so we're trying to assemble this piece and this piece, and what I've noticed is that I'm going to have to move this over to here. So I'm going to hide this corner, and I'm using this very top. This is the very top, so it's always going to be safe to use. And there you go. So I've joined those two. Now the place where I'm going to put it is right in here. Okay, so let's see now. Yeah, that should be good. I just have to turn this until it's on this hexagonal face. There you go, and now I can slide it in there. Okay, now I made a mistake because this is where it goes, so it's actually backwards, which means that I have to turn up this face and join them that way. So that's going to be a little more difficult. If you remember, we did it before by using the adjacent face, and that'll still work as long as we are mindful that this one piece is set up. But that's the only piece on here that we care about. We don't care about that one, so it'll be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this, we're going to use this face to help us get those two pieces down. So 1, 2, so those are the two pieces we want. We just have to preserve this, and this is a slot, and I'm going to go around here. Now this is a slot we're trying to fill. Now notice this lines up. That's just a coincidence. We haven't put that piece in yet, but that has nothing to do with what we're trying to solve. What we want to do is put these two pieces right there, and we can do that just like that. You see? And now I'm going to go back, and now I have to be sure to turn this back so that the one piece that we care about is lined up right there. Okay, so it just happened to put that in, but we're going to have to get that out of there anyway. So what have we done? We've actually put that piece in, those two pieces in the slot. Okay, and that's the way we're going to do. We're going to work around that way, and then if we have to, we can move to the left because we haven't done those ones yet. Okay, we can use the left face because there's only one piece on it that we care about. Okay, that's why I always go to the left when I need an adjacent face. Well, what do we have here? I have yellow, orange, and yellow, and orange and white. So the white's going to be easy to find, and indeed there it is. I can use this hexagon. I can use all of these. So there's the piece that's going in, and I need yellow and orange, which should stand out pretty well. There it is right there. We have one piece on this hexagon that we care about, and so I just have to be careful of to make sure I put it back. There you go when I'm done. Okay, so what do I have? There's my yellow and orange that I would like to use, and my white, I sort of let it kind of escape a little bit over here. So let me just, there we go. Okay, so now these two pieces have to be joined. Well, I have orange on the top, yellow on the bottom, and indeed that's correct. So if I was to get this piece over here somehow, then I could join them. So this is a pentagon, so I'm just going to tip it back, and I've joined those two pieces. So it's a very quick joining, which makes up for the fact that we can't just insert single pieces in the slot. So now we're going to put this part right in here, and let's see, if I bring this down, it'll be next to the yellow. So indeed that's what I want to do. I'm going to put this slot up on the bottom edge of this white here, and we're going to replace those two pieces. And let me see here. That worked out very well for us, and we'll just put that back, and we don't care about anything on that piece. So There we are. So it's starting to really shape up, isn't it? And that's really what you'll find as you go through this. Now we have orange and blue. So there is orange and blue. Very easy to find. This is a good place to work, so we'll just keep working there. And I need an orange and a blue. Dark orange, dark blue. Those dark colors are sometimes a little harder to find. But we have fewer places to look now, so that should work out. It should, right? Okay, dark blue. Oh my. Okay, I must have overlooked it somewhere. I'm hoping it's not down in a hole like that. Okay, dark orange, dark blue. There it is right there. Yeah, you see the dark. And okay. So, and this is really, you know, I love this game. It's really a lot of fun to be doing this. And you can just get lost in it and do this for a little while. So these do line up. Now we have to be careful because let's see here. I sort of what do you say? I'm actually filling in that slot, so I don't care so much about that pentagon. Actually, I do. Okay, so maybe I don't want to use this pentagon for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and I'm going to use the very top pentagon. And now I want to line this up. So I have to hide this. And then I'm going to move it up here. And there you go. Whoops. Oh, it's not joined. Okay, what does that mean? Well, it just means that now I have to join it that way. So I'm just going to go move this over here. I just got confused, you see? And there you go. No problem at all. Now I don't want to wreck the bottom of this pentagon here, so I just want to be careful of that. So this piece then will join up right here. And let's see, if I bring it down on this face, I'll have the orange down, so maybe I don't want to do that. If I bring it down on this face, then I'm going to have the orange side down. Okay, how am I going to do this? Okay, well, sort of running out of room a little bit for this sort of thing. Okay. Okay, now if I bring this over here, what's going to happen? Okay, it's going to line up. Now, I don't know how much of that face we're gonna wreck. Let's take a look. Okay, well, that's actually not so bad, but we did take out those pieces there. But that's pretty straightforward to fix, and that does happen sometimes. There's really no easy way to get around that. So there you go. So all I did, we took out that one edge, but it ended up on top intact, and I just stuck it back in there. Okay, so we have that, and now the next one to put in will be this right here, this edge. And so we're looking for a cream and a blue, and that orange will be very easy to find. There it is right there. Okay, and we need a cream and a blue edge. And let's see now. Okay, so there it is over here. And this is actually on one of the top hexagons, so we don't have to worry about wrecking anything. Okay, so let's just use this as my working face. And so we have blue on the top, cream on the bottom, and same thing over here. So if I were to hide this away, now I do have to be careful because I want to preserve this edge, but that's okay. I think I can just make one turn like that. Let's see, what am I and I want to put it over here. Okay, so yeah, that's not going to hurt anything if I do it that way, except for the fact that let's see what I do. Okay, so it's there, and I tried to hide it like that, and I think I just turned it in the wrong direction. Sorry about that. And oh my, okay, let's try that again. Well, anyway, I fooled around for a little while and I got that joined. So let's move it out of the way. And now, before I forget, I'm just going to put this piece back. So now I have my edge, and now I want to get it over here. But this one's easy because this is blue, and actually it's not easy. If I put this up, yeah, it'll be upside down. So what am I going to do? Well, one of the things I can do is I can flip this over. Okay. And then I can turn this in, and there you go. So I've joined those two. Okay, so there's a variety of ways to join those pieces, and that's one of them. And then 1, 2. So I want to make sure that one piece that we care about is in place. Okay, so starting to shape up here, isn't it? All right, well, let's just keep going. Cream and purple, and purple. Oh, look at that. It's right there, and that's going to start happening because the amount of space we have to work with is getting smaller and smaller. Cream and purple is my edge. And let's see. All right, well, if you're still watching this, you're a trooper, I'll tell you. But you know, I hope you're learning something from this, and hope that you're benefiting from just watching me sort of go through it. Okay, there's my edge right there, and now this hexagon, we really would like to preserve that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn. I'm going to turn this up, and I don't know if I can even do this out of the way here. Get everything out of the way. One. Okay, so that's good. So there's one piece. There's the other piece. And now if I use this, then I'm going to have to be careful. But I think it's okay. Let's try that. And indeed it worked. Okay, so I was able to put this back. So I've joined those two pieces together, and they have to go here. So this has probably been maybe the most challenging part of this, is that these blocks tend to get created upside down, and that does create a bit of a challenge in putting them in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this upside down like that, and see if I can okay, so I joined it. 1, 2. Put that back. That's good right there. Put that back. Okay, and that's good right there. Okay, so that's just another way of doing it. So purple and blue, and so I'm looking for the purple, and sort of looks a little like that, but just purple and blue, purple and purple and blue. Okay, purple and blue is right there. I don't really have to go very far. And purple and baby blue, there it is. So this is the edge. This is the piece that I want to connect. And if I just do that, then you'll see that those two pieces join up. And now this is because the purple's on the bottom. I can actually turn this face right up and just join them like that. Okay, so that's kind of a nice situation when that happens. Now I suppose I could always work on flipping the edges, because the corners are quite easy to flip on the pentagon edges, but flipping one of those edges is kind of tricky and involves orbiting it all the way around the top. So I just prefer to do the types of moves that I've been doing. So we have pink, baby blue, and yellow. Not too many of those left. Okay, so there it is right there. And I need pink, baby blue, and yellow as my middle edge. And there it is. Okay, so now I have my two. So now I have my two pieces of the edge that I'm trying to make. And let's see, blue on top. So yeah, so if I just put that out of the way, then I should be able to join them up quite nicely. And again, we have a bit of a coincidence in that this piece sort of came along for the ride. That's not intentional, and it's not. I don't think it's going to do us much good, but you know, we'll take it as we can. So now, basically, what I would do is just turn this in, but that's not going to work because it'll knock this piece out. So what I'm going to do is just going to put this piece to the side, move the slot up, and then move the position back in, and now everything is in really good shape. Okay, so another one here. So yellow, green, and pink. And there it is right there, and we need yellow and lime green as our edge, and of course there just happened to be lined right up here for us. So I'm going to use the very top because I don't want to mess anything up. So what I have to do is I have to flip this over. There you go. Okay, so now this piece, if it goes over there, will be correct. So I'm going to move the corner out of the way and then move it back. So now I have my two pieces, and now I can see how I'm going to assemble this. And okay, and so I have the same difficulty I've been having in that it's basically upside down for an easy positioning. So we're going to have to go over here. Same, no problem. Just have to remember to preserve this this edge right here. So I'm going to flip this all the way over. Okay, so there's the slot I want. Okay, so it's gone into the slot. I'll put the piece back, and now I just have to remember to turn this back and undo that one setup move. Okay, so just working our way around here, and the next thing is going to be this this spot right here, lime green. We have that rust-colored orange and gray, and it should be pretty easy to find. There you go. Now I just want to make sure that wasn't one that, no, that's not one that we, where is it? Oh. Okay, so there's the piece right up on the very top, and now I need the gray and lime green, and it's right there. So let's take a look at this. It's okay, so if I hide this away using the pentagon face and then bring it back, now I've joined them up, and again, a coincidence, this other corner came along for the ride. They're not going to really do us much good, but you know, it's kind of fun when that happens, I guess. Okay, well, I don't seem to be getting much luck here, and it's again upside down. So here's another way to handle this. We want to put these pieces in here. Now, I care about the bottom of this, but I don't care about this edge. So as long as I just use that edge, I think we can get away unscathed here. So here's what we're going to do. This is a slot. So now I've turned the slot right here, but it has also protected the edge that used to be here. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this slot up. I'm going to put the pieces that we want to transfer on it. bring them down. Now I can put this over here, and you'll see that we restored this edge and filled in our slot. Okay, so that's a bit of a tricky bit of business, but if you learn to do that, it might save you a little bit of messing around, especially when you get to the last layer, this very tight work area here. Okay. All right, well, this piece is correct, which we would normally be happy for that, but actually we have to take it out. We can't use it there because there's no way to put an edge in place. So what I need is the gray and dark orange edge. I'll find that. There it is down there. Okay, so I guess this is an okay spot for it right here. And now I have to take that this edge out, which is not easy actually. Okay, so now I'm taking it out, and now I really have to undo all these setup moves so I don't damage too much of this. Okay, so now I have my gray and lime, sorry, my two different oranges. There's my corner, and there's the edge right there that I want to join. So how's this going to work? Well, let me first get them on the same face here. So that's the top. Okay, so this is not correct. So what I'm going to do, I can't use this pentagon. Well, I could, but I don't want to. So I'm going to use this pentagon here to tumble this. So I just turned it one way, and now I think, yeah, if I put this right here, then it'll work. So I'm going to hide the corner away, and there you go. So those are joined. So I got some good luck this time. So this is a slot. So I'm going to go up, and it actually makes sense that it's in the correct orientation because I moved it from there just now, and it would have been in the correct orientation. So there you are. Okay, there is a way to do that by leaving the corner in place, but it's so complicated. I just would not want to fool with it. Well, how are we doing? You know what? We're done this part of it, except that I believe, right. Okay, so one more part of the maybe the third part of the middle layer will be to fill in the bottom of all of these pentagons right here. Okay, and so in other words, we will be done all the way just up to these last few pieces here.